Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at the WWE Raw February 9th, 2026 episode preview. Netflix posted this article to their website. We're going to go over it and talk about what we expect to see tonight, what storylines are going to continue, what we know is going to happen, and what should happen. Um, of course, last night was the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny. I do quickly want to talk about the reports that Bad Bunny is expected soon in the WWE. That would be great. I hope it's the truth. I don't think we can expect to see him tonight, although I see a lot of hype around it right now. But I think maybe for WrestleMania, if the reports are true, Bad Bunny may be coming in the next couple of weeks, but I don't expect that tonight. So let's focus on what we can expect to see tonight on Monday Night Raw. So the big headline here is that Elimination Chamber qualifying matches will begin tonight for Monday Night Raw stars. Of course, on SmackDown, we saw Tiffany Stratton defeat Chelsea Green and Lash Legend to enter the Elimination Chamber. She's currently my favorite to win. If Bianca Belair is not coming back, then I think we're good to say Tiffany Stratton is the number one choice to face Jade Cargill, assuming Liv Morgan selects Stephanie Vaquer, and then we can work with them and Raquel going into WrestleMania with their storyline, Jade and the winner of the Chamber on SmackDown's World Championship storyline for the women. Let's go through the roster here on Monday Night Raw, and let's take a look at who actually has a chance of being in these qualifying matches, because they haven't been announced, and who we think will be in the Chamber for the Raw Women's division. Becky Lynch, I do not think we can expect to be in a qualifier tonight. We'll talk about it in a minute, but there's another match that I think will have Becky Lynch's attention tonight. Asuka has a great shot at being in that Elimination Chamber match, especially then in turn the qualifier tonight. Same with Bayley. Brie Bella, I don't think we can expect to see her or Nikki in any qualifying matches. I think that they will remain in their own lane. I am curious to see what they're going to do tonight, because Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky are currently basically SmackDown superstars. They defended the titles successfully against Julia and Kiana James last Friday. And now this coming Friday, they're facing Nia Jax and Lash Legend on SmackDown. Last Raw, they weren't on Monday Night Raw, and I'd expect the same tonight, that they won't be on Raw, and we'll instead see them next week. And we're looking at the women first here. Io Sky, like I was just saying, did they mention on SmackDown if they were going to have Elimination Chamber qualifying matches? They may have mentioned that. I know they were talking about looking forward to the Chamber, so I think that they will have qualifying matches. Maybe those will be tonight then. Maybe they'll pull double duty this week and be on Raw and SmackDown. If that's the case, then that opens a bunch of doors for other women's tag teams to get involved in backstage segments with them. That'll be interesting to see. Kairi Sane, of course, Kairi and Asuka haven't really capitalized off of the Royal Rumble miscommunication yet. I could definitely see that being tied into Elimination Chamber qualifying matches, which are starting tonight. And I hope include Lyra Valkyria. She'd be a great pick for the Chamber. Yeah, this is very interesting here. Raquel Rodriguez could be an Elimination Chamber. Arguably, she shouldn't be, in my opinion. I know you might think I wouldn't even want to put her in a qualifying match, because she should win that because she's looking so strong. But the thing is, then she goes into Chamber, she's going to have to lose, most likely, because you don't want Raquel versus Jade. That's not really the WrestleMania match you're dreaming of. You want her to be involved in Liv and Stephanie going into Mania and be a major threat in there. So if you put her in the Chamber, she has to lose. So I don't know if I see her being prominent, at least not tonight, not with the current storyline they're telling. Roxanne Perez, of course, is always a good pick for these kind of things. And then Rhea Ripley, I guess we might see her tonight. There's not a lot of women. So you think in general they might need Rhea, Io, especially if the Bella Twins aren't going to be involved. So let's take a look here. Let's look at some of the matches that are scheduled for tonight. Golds will be on the line. The Usos take on Alpha Academy. Now, I don't think Alpha Academy has any chance of winning the tag team titles, but I do think they're going to let them go a little bit. I mean, we saw 2 weeks ago Akira Tozawa absolutely light up and have a great showing in that qualifying match that they ended up winning. So I think we're going to see a better match than expected between the Usos and Alpha Academy. But this is definitely a stepping stone for the Usos as they continue their road to WrestleMania, where they'll probably face either the Vision or the New Day at WrestleMania for those tag team titles. They're also talking here about Penta and Bronson Reed's story continuing with LA Knight. Maybe tonight we'll see LA Knight versus Bronson Reed in some capacity. CM Punk and Roman Reigns. I don't expect Roman to be on the show tonight. I think they would have announced that by now. CM Punk definitely will be, and I'll expect him to continue his story with Finn Balor separately to Roman Reigns, even though we know CM Punk will eventually win that feud. Stephanie Vaquer, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez. I think we'll continue to see Liv and Rodriguez build that tension, maybe address the elephant in the room that they didn't get time to address on SmackDown thanks to Jade Cargill's entrance. But let's look at some of these other matches, because there is one other one that we want to talk about. Maxine Dupree versus the newly minted Natty. This is where Becky Lynch's attention is going to be tonight, as I assume the winner of this match will be treated almost like an Intercontinental Championship #1 contender moving forward. And here it is right here. Rhea Ripley is listed to appear, so I would say we can expect to see Rhea and Io in qualifying matches tonight then, as they pull double duty before their defense on SmackDown. This is a really interesting time for them because, I mean, either of them could just win the chamber, right, and have a big headlining match at WrestleMania. I would expect to see them either together defending the tag titles at WrestleMania, or if they lose them, they're defending them a lot lately. It's not out of the realm of possibility that they lose the titles on SmackDown, that they face Bayley and Lyra and lose them, the Bella Twins before WrestleMania and lose them. All of those are valid options that could happen. And if that's the case, maybe Rhea versus Io, even in a non-title match, could happen at WrestleMania. And I'd be here for that as well. That would be great. Let's see. And they're also talking about Javon Evans defeating El Grande Americano. I think that Javon Evans is hopefully done with El Grande Americano and his minions, Rayo and Bravo. And I think we'll see what's next for Javon Evans now off the back of being the Iron Man in the Royal Rumble. Maybe an Elimination Chamber qualifying match for Javon Evans. That would be great. And then finally, I think we can also expect to see Obafemi in some capacity have another squash match. I mean, he's been squashing Kit Wilson, the Viking Raiders, and I think we can continue to expect to see that tonight. That's our review, our preview for Monday Night Raw tonight on February 9th, 2026. I'm excited to see what happens on Netflix as we go into Elimination Chamber on the road to WrestleMania. Thank you for watching. Bye.